with big boys who are the core Obi supporters, but I still choose Tinubu over him, Olabisi. Olabisi Ekweme Ajay, a UK-based Nigerian lady and social media influencer, has given the reasons why she decided to support the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, over that of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. In a post on her Facebook account, yesterday, Ekweme revealed that she has many Igbo friends who are core Obi loyalists, but that did not stop her from supporting her candidate. She stated that most of them are from Anambra State, but unlike Peter Obi's online supporters, none of them is insulting her over her decision to support Tinubu. Ekweme added that she decided to support former Lagos State Governor because he has more skills than Peter Obi and nobody is paying her a dime for that. I have not been paid a dime for my choice of Asiwaju. I did not do it for money. I strongly believe that Tinubu has chess skills while Peter Obi has Ludo skills. Nigeria needs someone with chess skills. Let the cursing and insults continue, she wrote. Wow. This is I don't know. What can you say? When you say chess and Ludo skills, I mean, again, she's literally giving us right to interpret what does that mean. Basically, if anything, being objective, she may be right in one way. Why? Because of his experience, not his experience in terms of actual development. I mean, yes, as governor, I'm not saying he didn't do anything. What I'm saying is because he's a big name in Lagos, right? He's a big name in Lagos politics and the history of Lagos politics, like since the beginning. So, and obviously being part of the APC, you can't, that's why I'm saying, I feel like one thing, as much as we all support Peter Obi and, our hopes are so high and we're like, Peter Obi, yes, we tend to lose focus, and in a way, because we support this one person, we then discredit whoever is competing, and that is not true. And I always try to remind people that, you know what, as much as you support Peter Obi or you support whoever you want to support, you don't undermine whoever else is in the race, because you give them the opportunity to be the underdog and overtake. That is what you're doing. And in a way, you can even say that they can play it to the advantage, the opposition. Why? Because APC may just decide, you know what, they underestimate us, let's even help them underestimate us even more. So then when we win, they would not expect it. And that is why the whole Peter Obi movement on online is actually very good. I mean, look at mass registration of voters' cards. I mean, that is, you can say that is, if you don't know, if you don't know what influence is, that is what influence is. That is what, unity is. That is what determination is, right? So it's a thing where it's like, okay, you support this one person, but you don't underestimate the rest. You don't. You do not do that, especially in politics. It will shock you on the day of the result. And I think I always say there's so many things that have been thrown Tinubu's way, so many objections that have to do with his age, that have to do with his character, his integrity while he was in office, and that has to do with his health. And there have even been videos where he's stripped, videos where he's not able to hold a flag. I mean, these were raising concerns for Nigerians, and look at where he is today. These are not reason enough for him to be disqualified. I mean, even with the whole certificate issue of, his education, primary and secondary, we don't even know where it is. He said this story has been changed so many times before. He didn't go the second time. Oh, yeah, he only went for 3 years. Third time, it was looted. I mean, there are just so many stories. So I think we cannot underestimate Tinubu. I think that's just the biggest mistake we'll make, to underestimate, because we are so excited. And I think Nigerians can easily fall into that trap. Why? Because we're just such hopeful people that when we see something that would look the best for our own interest, we focus on it so much that we ignore everything else. That is not the way, in my personal opinion. However, I think what she's also trying to imply is a thing where people, yes, honestly, people wants to know who are you going to vote for? Where do you stand in this political movement? At the end of the day, everyone's going to vote. You're not going to know who voted for whom. But it's a thing where she says she has friends. She's like, I roll with big Igbo boys. Okay, no one asked. You roll with big Igbo boys who are core supporters, but you still choose Tinubu over him. Why? Because you think he's a chess player and Peter Obi is a Ludo player. At the end of the day, that obviously signifies that one is better than the other. But when it comes to the Ludo player, let's start from scratch. Let's start from where things are simple, the rules are clear, and there is no manipulation or overtaking or some games or of any kind because you are trying to win. Now, that is the difference. Chess is more complicated. Chess requires a lot of, look at the effort that he's putting in with how, the money that is being spent trying to get people on his side. He's making moves, right? However, with Peter Obi, he's not making as much, I say, strategic moves. Why? Because it's like, who's more desperate to get there? You know what I mean? Like, because your desperation will show the moves and actions that you take. And I think with Peter Obi, yes, you can say, he may be desperate if he didn't have support. But the thing is, he has so much support that he doesn't have to be desperate. He can literally ride on that support. The support is strong enough for him to ride for and literally ride through till the end of the race. So it's a thing where it's like his support has become his structure. The support for Peter Obi has become his strength. He can literally ride on it where he doesn't even have to spend money. People are willing to fund his campaign for him. So it's a thing where it's like, who's really losing here? Who is really losing here? And it's not a thing where Mr. Peter Obi is like some pauper who's desperate to be president because he needs money. At the end of the day, with the stories and testimonials of people who have gotten to know him, he manages his money well. He lives very well. He's not outlandish. If anything, he can leave the country and go relax with his children and live abroad if he comes to it. But that's not his intention. But what I'm saying is, he's not desperate as in trying to get more money or whatever it is. The corruption in Nigeria is just too much, and it's a thing where it just needs to stop, or it just needs to be reduced, or I don't know, but it's too much. It's too much. Nigerians, it's in your hands. What are you going to do about it? That it's as simple as that. A comment here states, the definition is simple. You prefer Tinubu's money than the freedom and future of Nigerian youth. I wish you Buhari Part 2. When you say you wish you Buhari Part 2, Buhari Part 2 happened to everybody. So it's like, just wish it for her personally because no one wants to go through Buhari Part 2 again. Nobody will insult, but your conscience should judge you for blocking the route of this country and youth. This is not an Igbo thing, but Nigerian future. Exactly. And I think it really shows the intentions of whoever is against the Igbo presidency, because really, it is not about that. It really isn't. In their defense, IPOB has been quiet lately, but it's what? Because power has been in a particular region for so long, there's a mistrust as to if anyone comes to that region because of the past and the history. We're talking about years, right? We're not going to choose that. And to be fair, they say, okay, fine, let an Igbo person be president. But it seems like the resistance against it is just, wow, like, why is there so much resistance? Questioning is needed. But it's a thing where it's not even about ethnic group, and I think that's why we're so behind. It's very shameful. It's very sad, very shameful. What can you do? At the end of the day, the frustrating thing is you can't force anybody to. You can't force them to support whoever you want them to support. You support who you want to support. If you want to convince, fine. But everyone has their own personal interest, and that's why they're all voting. So no matter what, if someone decides they're going to support Tinubu, what can you do about it? If that's a decision, that's a decision. And then if you're also able to see the intent through their decision, where it's a thing where you're just being paid to support what